What is up, everybody? This is Tikwe, also known as Richard, and I'm coming back to you with another video, a little bit different than what we usually do. Today we're going to just go over the UI and what you need to know, a few important tips, how to, if you're new to the game, just to understand it a bit and understand where to get what and, how to get up your levels, why that's important or why that makes a difference, and so on when you're actually getting into Age of Empires 4. So just a quick tip, I know a lot of you guys that are coming from old Age of Empires 1, 2, and 3, when you get into Age of Empires 4, the immediate thing that I found a little bit difficult is firstly the chat. So just take note that there is quite a heavy chat restriction on what you can and can't say. Sometimes ridiculous words gets muted or censored out, so don't be too worried about that. I usually, if I play with some friends, I try and get my Discord on. You can't even link a Discord link on here, so you'll have to just type the end of the Discord little thing in on the little Discord link, just those last few digits after the forward slash. When you send that to a friend, they can actually just use that Discord to get that link out. So on your friends, when you want to add a friend, so just to show you here in the bottom right, you have your notifications. If you get a match or something like that, just click it again to disappear it. Your masteries, all your different factions that you play and master, your settings tab, and you obviously quit the game, and then you have your friends all the way down here. Now this is going to show you your offline friends, your recently played. So if you play a game against someone and you would like to send them a friend request, just check your recently played and they'll probably be underneath here, so you can just add them as a friend very easily. It shows your online friends if you get a friend request, offline friends, and then if you have Steam friends that actually play the game and so forth, that'll actually show there. And you can block players if they are harassing you or anything like that. So you click it here on the top right to add any friends. You just type out, it's very case sensitive, let's say like ST evil here, you just have to type it with the capital S and E, and if there's any like digits like this or even a space like that, you have to get it exactly accurate to get that person invite. Um, the other point that it's quite nice, at some point there will be another option here, which would be the ranked option, that will allow you to play different ranked games. But at the moment, it's just standard, and with the standard version, you get a rating that you can actually find on the Age of Empires website. They give you a little link that you can go to a website where you just type out your physical name, so like bottom left corner here, Tikwe channel. When you type that out, it will actually show you not your level but your physical ranking amongst the players currently in the game. Standard on the testing service, you can do ranked right now, but that's going to be launched later. So just to show you, I went into my physical profile here. You have a few customization options that you have as well. Firstly would be your portrait. So you get all these different portraits from doing special achievements, like for argument's sake, they're granted for completing the French Mastery 14 or the Holy Roman Empire Mastery 11. If you do these different challenges and you complete them, you also get a little bit of XP, and you'll get that portrait. Then you select the portrait, for argument's sake this one or that one, and once you just select it, you just go back and you can see it's already selected. Once you click save, it will change. So it's not necessarily just clicking it, but once you select it, you can see what it looks like, and then hit save to select it. Now your monument, when you play the game, you have your little town center, right? With that town center, in the middle of the town center, there will be these monuments. So you can get these different monuments, and these royal knights, even the bowmen, they're quite big, so they look quite nice. Especially the cartoon here, the Mongols one, looks really nice, really big inside your town center, to portray your expertise level, or you know, just a specific style that you kind of like. If it's very golden or very big, like the Sultan of Elephants, it looks quite nice just to customize your base in game a little to what other players see. You know, that it's not so standard all the time. It is quite nice. So again, you just select it. Once it's done, you just click save, and then that monument would be there. And then immediately on any faction you play, that monument will be on that faction's in the middle of the town center. Then you have your coat of arms. Now, coat of arms is like your banner, and you can customize the logo. You see it can change here. You have your frames that you unlock by doing certain activities and challenges. You can choose if it should be a one or a triple like this, or a double, or made, you know, specifically to your liking. I personally like the center one like this, or the triple like this. This is my personal favorite. You can even change the you know, the sigil at the back. The circle is all I have right now. I still have to do some more others. You get the insider program that you can register for on their website as well. That will unlock some more. And then you have your banner shapes that you can also do from an insider program and so forth, and by doing some of the challenges that you can unlock these different banners. You can see here at the bottom how they get customized. If you don't like any of the changes, just hit cancel, discard, and then you know, you can go back to what you had before. So here it will also show you on the right your latest matches, what you've played. So you can click on those matches and see all the previous statistics of that game, who you played against. If you want to send them a friend request, you know, you can just check the name out there. You can actually watch the game to see what they did, if they caught you by surprise by anything or so forth, just to go see how they did it or what progression they followed, build order or anything like that. So it's quite nice, just recapping on some of your games. You can see the timeline, villager count, where basically on the military count you can see where fights happened, like right here, right there, small little trades right here, and basically dwindling them down as our forces increased for a victory on this game. You can also check your total resources count if you weren't sure how much food or stuff you had, or why he had more food or something like that. You can actually hop into statistics and you can see the different resources that was actually gathered in the game. So in this game, if you go to total score, you'll see your economy score is down here. It's not the total score, that's their mathematical system of how it gets calculated for your points that you usually find here on the side of the in the side of the game right here. But on the economy you can see how much you actually gathered compared to how they gathered, and if you do like a mirror matchup you can see if they did better or worse than you, and where that kind of you know, stabilized. You also see your food per minute, wood per minute. You can slide the scroll bar up to see those two. I don't know why the others are not there, but that's basically the most important ones, especially for early on in the game. You also have your military to show how much units you trained, how much you lost, how much buildings you destroyed, and your largest army, but that's including your villagers. And also your society will then show you how many villagers you trained, if you captured any relics, how long your average villagers have been idle. That means it's the total villagers that are standing around, they're physically lost time, and your average unit's lifespan, how long they actually stay alive, and so forth. If you're actually getting the most out of those units and not letting them die the whole time, like with quick trades. And that's about that on the match history. You can also go into more detailed match history if you can't find any matches here. After a new patch, they also disappear. So if you want to do any editing or replays or anything on it, do it before the time. And see, we're unranked. It doesn't show anything because we're not playing any rank. But on the custom side, you can see the games played, games won, quick match, how many games played, games won, and also skirmishes. So you can customize that, but that doesn't affect your quick match or your latest matches history. You just go into match history here and you can see all of your match history, and you can choose to put that online. So when you actually go into a game, you can actually view a quick game and just see the statistics of another player while you're in that loading screen. You can actually choose to toggle that on or off. I keep mine on for streaming purposes. So if anyone wants to check me out, they're more than welcome to do so. Then you have your achievements that you unlock by playing different factions and doing different challenges. And this is quite nice because if you go to your home on the main menu, so this is where you basically start. I went into multiplayer where we discussed all of the details just now. But when you're here, you'll see these challenges and so forth, the quests that you can do. Now, what's nice about that, on the single player, you have these different campaigns. Really nice to do, really nice history background that you get from all these different elements that we used in Age of Empires. So it's quite nice to go watch that and check the background on it. You can select skirmish here, do some skirmish battles from here, or the same thing is if you go here, you can go to multiplayer, you can play versus the AI right here, or you can just click here on the top and create your own custom game. So you can actually make your own game without having to worry about AI settings and so forth, and you can change your AI settings. I used this a lot to do a lot of the challenges, so you can actually get it quick. So if they say train 100 men at arms or so forth, you just put your resources at maximum, choose whatever age you want, so you can train and don't worry about all the upgrades and the time and everything. Choose your faction and add your AI, choose how difficult they must be. If you can choose what team they're on, but it doesn't matter, just to make them the same if you're playing against an enemy. Even like the trading quests for some factions, I just don't play against any AI, just go into the game solo, they still count. So don't worry about that. You can reset if you don't like any of the settings, just to quickly reset. Map setup, you can get random locations, team locations. That's just where you pop up on the map. Usually you have like a map divided into basically 4 on this side, 4 on that side, 4 on this side, 4 on that side, so you can spawn in any one of those quadrants around the map. You can also change your map here by choosing different map styles, and later on the crafted maps will come available on the next big patch that they're going to do. But this is all the maps that we have right now. Personally, I would say for me, Hill and Dale is probably one of my favorites, and also surprisingly, King of the Hill. I actually do like King of the Hill. I do not find a lot of mountain pass, but you do find a lot of French pass. I do see a lot of French pass games, but not a lot of mountain pass. I guess because it's more linear gameplay with the single point of defense. Sometimes there's two, and also Ancient Spires is not bad, but these open maps, specifically for my playstyle, being more defensive and so forth, it's quite harder to defend on them. When you're playing a defensive faction, but like the English or the Mongols or the Rus, these type of maps do give you an advantage. So every map does give certain factions more advantage, like the Black Forest. If you play the Holy Roman Empire, or like China, you play for that Imperial Age. Very nice to play there. Mongolian Heights or Confluence. I like Confluence quite a lot with the resource split. So you kind of have to manage your choke points and use these little rivers to your advantage if you can. But yeah, that's just how to get into a custom game. You can just minimize it there. Click here at the bottom right if you can't find it. You see here at the bottom, you can just hop into that, and you can also invite friends. So once you close it or not, you can go here, select a friend, send them an invite. They will get a little notification right here, and then you can add them to a custom game so you can actually play versus your friends. Then lastly, just a few things on the leveling. So when you get these little banners, so you go from every level, you get like every 10 levels or so, you get these little stars, and then once you, I think, reach 50 or 60, you get a new background with these little arrows that you see right there. So there's little small portrait upgrades as you level up. It looks quite nice, actually quite intimidating when you see it. Okay, it's a level 70 or 90 or 120 player, because then you know there's some experience behind it and it might be a good game that you're going to play against. You also have quite a lot of masteries that you can do. So firstly, if you go into learn here, you can read up about different factions, see where their strengths and weaknesses lie, see exactly what bonuses they get from certain things, like the French construct farm faster, and they have 50% less wood. Near moles, they gather 15, 20, 25, and 30% faster in specific ages. They have defenses bearing you can see all the different elements of each faction. And also if you go into like the expanded details, you'll see a little icon. I'll show you now on the longbowman. Let's go to the archery range. You see that little icon here at the bottom? That's unique to the English. It will be unique to that faction. That's when you see these little icons. Even specific upgrades like you see the setup camp and the arrow volley is unique to the English. So if you're curious why certain units are doing certain things, just check that out, and that will kind of give you an idea of why those units or those upgrades are doing a certain thing. So you can get that by the learn. Community is just basically giving you more inside info, social groups and so forth. Patch notes, really nice to read up on the patch notes, the roadmap on when those patches will come out and so forth, so you can do a bit of planning. And any support queries or bugs that you want to submit, you can do right here at customer support. And then lastly is like when you do the mastery, you see here in the bottom right, that's the mastery tab. You go into the faction, it will actually tell you what the different requirements are for that specific challenge. You can only do one at a time, so here defeat 50 enemies with land canets. So that would be specific to that challenge. Once that's done, you can start with the next one. You can actually see what they are, but you have to do one at a time. So essentially 15 games to gain a bit of mastery in that faction. Very easy to do that versus AI and custom games, so you don't need to do it against factions. And once it's done, you get these little mastery icons, which I think looks quite amazing. This just farming these things and getting those levels up, they're really nice. You also have the training mastery, one of the first ones you'll get. Really nice UI in my opinion. I have nothing bad to say about it. I just don't like the chat box that much, and I can't wait for the ranked games to come in. Also, the last thing, when you're going for player games and you're searching for games, you can choose here what amount of players you want to play against. Sometimes in the beginning, especially, I got a lot of 4v4 games and I didn't know why. You just select those boxes and that will stop you from getting those 2v2, 3v3 or 4v4s. You can't unselect any maps, so you can, you have what there's random maps when you're playing versus players. You can hop into other games, watch other people play. You can do that right here, or you can create your own custom map and then wait for people to actually join you. You don't have to add AI here, you can just join it yourself. So yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed that. That was just a quick breakthrough of everything you can expect from the AI, the user interface and so forth. On settings, the game is quite heavy on settings, but we'll do that in a later video. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Please do leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.